Right, my friends, how you all doing? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to a fresh episode of FM21 and our Project Black Sea series. Last episode, my friends, is linked above for you right now. Make sure you go and check that one out. Now, we have reached the mid-season break in the fifth season, I do believe it is. Apologies for that little noise, need to move the mic. In the fifth season, I do believe it is. I said last episode that I was going to ask the board for a little bit more wages. They've come up absolute trumps. In the words of Tom Cruise, they've shown me the money. So first and foremost, before we do anything, before I get you caught up with everything that's been going on, if you've been watching this series, if you've been watching this season in particular, you will have known that we qualified for the Champions League group stages. We had a really, really tough group. We had a torrid time of it. The team really wasn't at the level to be playing Champions League football, if we're all being very honest with ourselves. But as a result of that, we got sort of like £14 million. We drew a game, we got 800,000 there. We've been making money through the turnstiles as well, selling tickets like hotcakes because of the Champions League. Been absolutely amazing. So we've been making a bit of money. I approached the board again for some wages. Not only did they come up with wages, they came up with transfer budget as well. And you can see it, my friends, on the screen right now. £5 million they gave us, which is unbelievable. I'm going to be honest with you, I wasn't expecting that much. I was expecting maybe £1 million at most, but they gave me £5 million. And they've upped our wage budget from the initial £9,000 for the season at the beginning of the year to £79,000. It's mental. It is mad how the Champions League can change the fortunes of your club. And I think because of the way we went in the Champions League and the way the season's been going, the board were left basically with no choice but to give me this money. Now, just because we've got this money doesn't mean we can now go out and sign the best players. We've basically got to use that £5 million wisely. I am going to introduce some new signings, in today's episode. One that's, in the midst of being done at the moment, one that's been put over the line and genuinely is one of the best regens I've seen from that part of the world. And I just think it's interesting. It's a whole new dynamic now, and it kind of gives me more reason to stay with Litex and potentially try to build something with the team. We can turn them into, a juggernaut domestically in Bulgaria. We could start to make the nation a bit better. We could definitely probably then try to take Litex on. I still think there's a big question mark where the club's concerned, where the league's concerned. I still think that maybe, just maybe, we might have to move to Ukraine or Russia, two of the bigger leagues, or potentially Turkey as well. That's one of the big leagues that we can manage in where this save is concerned. But for now, I'm very happy with Litex, and I'm happy that finally the chairman seems to be backing us. But let's do the transfers first. Basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a couple of players that I'm looking at, making some offers, and one that I actually could confirm at any time, but I actually want the scout report to come back because I've put the bid in before. Something I don't usually do, but I'm quite excited by the player. Now, this is Ivan Franjic, 18 years of age, Croatian left winger. Now, the left side is one that in general I think needs strengthening across the board. I think left back, I think Verdenikov is pretty good, but I still think we need a better backup for him to kind of lighten the load. And then as far as the wingers are concerned, I think Bonev is probably getting to that point where he is a good squad player, but I don't think he's there to be starting. I don't think he's good enough really to be playing Champions League football, so to speak. So, and Petkov has been awful all season long. So I've definitely been looking at the left wing. And Ivan Franjic came up. Dynamo Zagreb's under-19s. He looks unbelievable. He looks like a fantastic prospect. So I have put in an offer for him. It can be confirmed, but I'm just waiting for the scout report to come back. I just want to make sure there's no niggly things in there, like he's injury prone or isn't up for big matches and that sort of stuff. But yeah, I think he looks pretty good. Let me know in the comments what you think. Another one is Dimitar Iliev, and like I was just saying, that left hand side is an area that I need to work on, and I've put in a bid basically for this lad to come in. His fullback is his position that he plays. At 25 years of age, I know I would rather sign young players and kind of get them to the level I want, but I think we need that mix of youth and experience at the minute, and I think across the board he does look a pretty good player. So I'm putting in a bid, and we're just going to see what happens. If another left back comes up that's better, we might go in that direction. Now, as far as the transfers are concerned, you're going to see there are some outs actually, and we'll get to them first. Now, first off, we've got Naidenov. I've allowed him to go. He was in the last year of his contract, and Arda came in with a 10k bid. At the time, it was like 6k more than he was actually worth when he was with us. As you can see, he's worth a bit more money now, and he's never going to develop into a good goalkeeper. At the end of the day, he's 20 years of age, and I just can't see it happening. So I allowed the player to go. We make some money rather than losing him on a free at the end of the season. And the other one is Adrian Sonev, who is our backup left back. And I'm going to be honest with you, I just feel like his potential was being stifled at the club because he wasn't playing regular football. I still believe he could probably be a pretty good player, but at 20 years of age, he's kind of getting to that point where I need him to develop a bit quicker if he is going to reach the levels that I kind of thought he was gonna when I decided to promote him to the first team. So I've allowed him to go out on loan for the rest of the season, and I think that will do him some good. Now, as far as the ins are concerned, obviously I've shown you a couple of players that I'm working on, but one that is over the line is Luigi Gagliardi, and he is Sumaranese, so he's from San Marino, and let's be completely honest with ourselves, is that one of the best Sumarese regens you've ever seen? Because it is me. It really is me. He's 17 years of age. He's already been capped 7 times and has scored a goal for his country, and we've signed him for 20k. That's it. There's no add-ons. That's the fee. We've signed that player there for 20k. Comes in on £800 a week, signed up till 2027, no release clauses. He's our player, and I'm going to be honest, I'm blown away that we've managed to get a player of his quality through the door. He had a very, very good debut as well, and I'm really, really already impressed with the player, and this is one that we could hopefully nurture at the football club, basically. But yeah, I'm just super, super happy with this player. But now, because of that money, I am looking at lots of players. I am looking to strengthen this team. I do need to go out and get a backup goalkeeper if I can. I am looking at getting a better right back so that Kakamakov can go out on loan as well, because a bit like Sonev, I do see a very good player in there. But if we're looking at those technicals, they definitely need to go up a level. If he wants to reach the very top. Fomba's been transfer listed because for me, I just feel like Fomba, we need to move on at 25. He's not going to get any better, and I think we need some more options in there at centre back that are a bit better than him. And then I've loan listed Panchev as well on the right hand side. I would like to get a better player than him. Very, very inconsistent, and I know I only signed him this season. Sometimes your signings just don't come off the way that you would like them to. So yeah, I'm trying to get him out the door and bring in a new right-sided player. But I'm going to be working through this transfer window to really try to improve this football team. But for now, this is what we've got, and it's what we are dealing with. Now, as far as the form is concerned, last episode we played Atalanta. We lost by 5-2, and our Champions League journey was over. Our European journey, full stop, was over. We couldn't qualify for the Europa. We then came up against Levski Sevilla. We drew that by 1-1. Since then, I've played a bunch of games, as you can see, ladies and gents, and we started it with an extra time win against the and I'm going to be honest, this was a very, very stressful game for me. We were 2-0 up and cruising inside 18 minutes. We allowed them to get back in it, and I mean, the second half, it was all them. They were all over us, and they're in the league below. Now, I will be honest, I rotated the team heavily. You're going to see Kakamakov, we've got Sonev, Mitov, we've got Zarbov, Racine, Nachev, all started the game. So yeah, we did rotate really, really heavily in this one. But then, extra time rolls around, and Nachev scored a 4-minute hat-trick. mental, actually mental. But we go through 5-2 into the semi-finals, and I'm buzzing for it. I actually think the semis, we've drawn Lokomotiv Sofia, who have honestly not been having the best time this season. So we stand a really good chance of potentially getting to the final for the first time. We then came up against Ludogorets, and it's a 0-0 draw. So, 2 draws against Ludogorets this season. They're a weird one, Ludogorets. They've sacked their manager again. I would have thought about, a season or two ago, I genuinely would have thought about applying for that job because they are a massive club with great budget and lots of money and whatever. But now I just feel like they're going backwards. They're a very weird team. They've got amazing players, but they just can't seem to get the job done. Then we came up against Bayer Leverkusen, and I'm going to be honest, I had to rotate the team ever so slightly. We had some energy, levels that were very low for some players. We had suspensions and all this sort of stuff, so I had to rotate the team. 2-1, and you'll see Zhivkov did score the 12th minute goal. They did come back into it in the second half. They were very, very good, but we were competitive in this game. We had some chances. If I click on it here, you'll be able to see 9 shots, 4 on target. We were pretty good. Yes, okay, 21 shots and 11 on target. They were better than us on the day, but we had some really good chances. So it wasn't the worst way to bail out completely from Europe. Then we come up against Arda. 2-1 win in this. You'll see Zhivkov scored a goal inside 2 minutes. They did draw back, 1-1, but then Zhivkov with another goal. He's absolutely flying this season. Then we comes up against Perin. You'll see that 2 Iradi penalties put us 2-0 to the good. They did pull one back, but it was actually pretty plain sailing this game. We completely dominated it from start to finish. Then the mid-season break come about. We had some friendlies. We sorted those out, and then I played one game after CSKA 1948 2-0 win. You'll see Iradi and Zhivkov with the goals, and so for him in the league, he's just ticking over and it's going really well. We've got a big game today against Botev, who are third in the table. It is all change. I know when I first said I was going to come back for this game, they were like flying in the league just a point behind us, but I'm going to show you the league table. It is all change, ladies and gents. So we're going to play the Botev Plovdiv and the Slavia Sofia games, and then I will probably get the preliminary phase finished and we'll come back when the next phase begins. But this is how. Let's get it on the profile because shows you top goal scorers and stuff like that. I know people are really interested in seeing that stuff. We're 7 points clear now at the top of the table, just past the halfway mark of the preliminary phase. 14 wins, 5 draws, still 0 defeats. Best goal difference in the league, best defence in the league, it has to be said as well. So we're having a really good time of it, and we're going very, very well at the top of the table. A win against Botev here, and we're going to be absolutely pulling away from them and flying. But we have a few problems, so let's get to that game, ladies and gents. Let's get into it. We've got a few problems in the team, suspensions, injuries, all this sort of stuff, but I'm still pretty happy with what I'm going to be able to put out there. So we're going to go with Petrov in goal, Atanasov and Verdenikov at fullback. Markov and Iradi are going to play centre-back. Markov obviously comes in for Malinov, who unfortunately is suspended for this one. Yankov, Dimitrov going to play in the midfield area. Petkov down the left, Topazov on the right, and Gagliardi is going to play in that central attacking position. I am still going to keep Bakir Rasim around, and I'm going to use him as a central midfielder. I actually think he can do that role very, very well, and I think he'll be effective in there as a deep line playmaker. So we're going to keep him around until his contract is finito, which is the end of next season, I believe. And then we're going to go with Zhivkov up top. Here we go. It's a cold day by the looks of things for this one, ladies and gents. We're going to be walking straight out. I'm not going to show us league tables or anything for this game. But this is still a big game. At the end of the day, the grand scheme of things is still an absolutely massive game. We've got to get the job done. Because Botev are still part of that chasing pack at the end of the day. We've been top of the league since, I think, something like the 5th week of the season. It's actually been pretty mental. Levski Sofia are smashing Sarsko. So yeah, that's an easy day at the office for them, really. Sarsko down in 10th place and Levski are flying. We've had a couple of shots. Vernikov's picked up a yellow card. Nearly 25 minutes gone and not too much is happening. I do generally think the weather is going to play a big part in this game. Cold, snow on the ground, they're never usually the most entertaining games from what I've played so far. But yeah, it's a tight affair at the moment with not too much going on. They're committing a lot of fouls. Here we go, though. Atanasov back to Dimitriov, who is going to spread that play left. Very strange to go sort of back and left the way that he did. Petkov now out to Verdenikov. That's really good football from us. Who he can do his man and get a ball in. That would be smashed in! And Radoslav Zhivkov with the header. And I believe his 25th goal in all competitions this season. He has honestly been on fire. And we're now going to be facing a Botev free kick. And they have struck right back. And that is something that's happened all too often this season to us. I have no idea why, but we score and then we switch off. And we've done it again there. But as this first half, all of a sudden, come to life. That's a beautiful ball. Zhivkov can't finish it. What a ball from the young 17-year-old, though. Brilliant stuff. The average age of this team must be going down by the week. Because I believe Malanov's only 17 as well. Topes is only 18 or 19. It's a very young team. I want to say we're doing all right, but, you know, we need to be doing a bit better. But there's been one chance for Botev, and they put it away. First half was pretty much dominated by us. There's been lots of football played before that mid-season break. We've had to rotate heavily towards the end of it, and it got to a point where we then started picking up those yellow card suspensions. That's a good header. Oh, Topazov couldn't get there though. Come on, you got to win this back again. Win it back again. Ball coming in. That's good clearance. It's hard to actually see the ball, I'm going to be honest with you. Petkov, it's just coming back at us because we're not really using the ball effectively when we win it back. Win that. Nope, doesn't get up, doesn't decide to head it. Very annoying. They're in, and that's gone wide. That looked like that was going to be a goal, I'm going to be honest with you. They've started to come back into it. Fire the lads up. This one annoys me when it goes to make the change because they're going to suffer a suspension. They're going to suffer that suspension eventually, even if you don't do that substitution, because they can't go all season long not picking up that yellow card. I need to make a change because they're all over us at the moment. Gagliardi hasn't affected the game the way I would have liked. I'm actually going to bring Racine on. He's an older head and he's a lot more experienced. Petkov, not had the worst day at the office, but I'm going to bring Bonev on because he's been pretty solid recently. So let's bring him on as we do have some playing out as Diarra is driving forward, shoots, it's wide. It's all Botev in the second half though, and we need to wakey because this isn't good enough at the moment. We'll do that one, the Topes and Zarbev one, we'll do that. Topes weren't really playing that well anyway. But yeah, look, they've really gone on in the second half, and we just haven't. We've for whatever reason, we've just stopped doing everything that we were doing well in that first half. We're into the last 4 minutes. A draw isn't the worst result. It really isn't the worst result against Botev, who have been going all right this season, but I'm disappointed with the second half display. Okay, my friends, here we go. Second game of today's episode. Not the worst result against Botev. It really isn't. There's a long way to go this season, so you know, taking points off of those teams at the top is all good as far as I'm concerned. It was just a bit disappointing in the second half display. But anyway, we're now up against Slavia Sofia. They've struggled this season, but we've still got to beat the team in front of us. You know I always say that. We're away from home in this one as well. Made a couple of changes because of energy levels and stuff that we've got to be careful of. And so, yeah, this is the team we're going to go with. We're going to go Petrov in goal. Atanasov, Verdenikov on the fullback positions. We're going Malanov next to Iradi at centre-back. We're going go Yankov next to Bakir Rasim in the midfield. Topes is going to play right, Bonev left. Ivanov's coming in for the cam position, and Zhivkov will continue up top. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Slavia Sofia are on a torrid run at the moment. I've just seen it as we do interviews like in the tunnels and stuff like that before the games, and yeah, they've not played well at all. So if they go and get a result against us in this one, I'm going to be very, very annoyed. And because Levski have closed the gap, we do need to put in a very, very good shift and a good performance in this game. So nothing but 3 points for me is good enough, and that is what we should be looking towards and aiming for, even with the rotated team. So here we go. The game is underway, well underway. Atanasov now into Sonev with the throw in. Bakir Rasim ball in. Oh, it looked like it was going to end up in the back of the net. That's a good header. Bakir Rasim, lovely. First time football from the boys there. Topazov, back to Bakir, out to Atanasov, back to Bakir, out there again, trying to spread, trying to use the wings the best of our ability. Bakir Rasim, it is a lovely ball to Yankov, but where's he going to go? It's good football. It's good football. It needs to end in a goal, and it does. It's beautiful football. I hope you guys can see what's going on, because even I'm struggling to see the ball with the snow. This is when they need to use an orange ball rather than the yellow ball that they use all the time. It is quite difficult on the 3D match engine sometimes, but I do hope you can see it. But yeah, 15 minutes gone and we've scored the first goal. We're 1-0 up. Let's just hope we don't do what we did last time and sit back on our laurels. Only one shot in the entirety of the game though, so I am going to demand a little more of the boys and see if we can go and grab that second goal, that vital second goal, because we do have a habit of conceding. But yeah, we hopefully will win this game. And it's all about domestic action now, ladies and gents. The Champions League football is done for this season, but on current form, I would like to think we might have a chance at qualifying again next season. Free kick, Bakir Rasim! It's a beautiful free kick, but an even better save from the goalkeeper. That was going to nestle top corner for sure. We go short with the corner. That's really good stuff, and it's forced another save. I love the short corner routine out on this side. For whatever reason, it doesn't seem to work the other side. We're going to get a free kick now. Is this going to come to anything? No, we're just not going to see it. We're going to peter off into half-time at 1-0 up. But we are at least creating chances in this one. I'm going to say I want them to be doing a bit better in the second half. You know me, it's one I use a lot. Free kick. It's a fantastic free kick. Let's hope they don't counter-attack now. Nope, they've wasted it. Atanasov into Rasim, who is playing very well in that deep line playmaker role. And I knew he would, because he's got the ability to play there. Zhivkov, that's going to come to nothing. But yeah, he has got the ability to play there. And I just kind of was looking at him and thinking, do we hold on to him and see if he can do that? And he has been able to in this game. Oh, they're going to give a penalty. Look how clean that tackle was. Can you please appreciate how frustrating this game is? Any tackle in and around the box ends up as a penalty. It doesn't matter if the tackle's clean or not. That is something that they need to look at. SI need to look at that for next season, because it ruins the game for me. The amount of clean tackles that are given as penalties. But anyway, back to the drawing board as a result of that clean tackle that was given as a penalty. Topazov now on the ball. Nice. Into Zhivkov! What a turn and shot that is. Honestly, this lad just can't stop scoring. It's unbelievable. By the way, on the subject of Topazov, tried to offer him a new contract, and he's just got injured. Please don't let it be bad. Please don't let that be bad. Zarbov's going to have to come on and play right wing. Not ideal. On the subject of him anyway, tried to offer him a new contract. Obviously, his wages would go up substantially. It was about $1,500 a week is what we were going to offer him. But he then wanted a minimum fee release clause that wasn't just to foreign teams. And it was only... that's a penalty. It was only like a $300,000 increase, and that was the maximum we could offer because that's what he said it at. So we've not offered him a new contract, and his penalty is saved. That's the first one he's missed all season. Oh, Jesus Christ. Make it easy for me, lads. Make it easier for me. Here we go. Ivanov spreads that wide. It's actually really good football. It's going to come to nothing, isn't it? Going to come to nothing. But yeah, so I'm going to just leave his contract as it is for now. Stop doing this. Stop doing that silly one. That's a free kick. It's not going to come to anything. Malinov cleans up. Iradi now. I would love a third goal. I really would love a third goal. Here we go. Zarbov. Bakir. Come on. Nothing silly with a passing. Ivanov. And there we have it. Radoslav Zhivkov gets us the third goal. And I'm hoping we can cruise on home to victory now. And this is the first win you guys will have seen in forever. I was saying this last episode that it had been so long since you guys had seen me win. It was starting to become a bit of a concern. Here we go again, though. We're on the football. Are we going to be going up the other end again? Zarbov, who is actually really... Wow. What on earth? That looked like an okay tackle. Oh, my God. This referee's having a nightmare. An absolute nightmare, isn't he? I am going to make a change with Yankov because his energy is low. Del Duca has just come back. I'm going to go deep lie on support, and then I'm going to go... I'm actually going to go to an advanced playmaker on support there. I'm going to go 2 up top now, and we will switch you two around. You can go to an inverted winger on support. You can go to a winger because you're pretty good at that. And Zarbov, you can go... Do you know what? We'll just go deep lying forward, I think. And we'll go to a 4-4-2. That's what we will do. We'll make that change. It's not the strongest bench, unfortunately. It's kind of messing me around a little. I don't even care if we just see the game out at 3-1 now, even with the 10 men situation. But yeah, it's just nice to be able to win for you guys. Really is. Ignore that. Not being silly now, boys. Though you gotta get the job done, even though it is 10 men. You still need to get this job done. And this guy is dancing around everybody. Got absolutely nowhere near him. Del Duca is just coming back from a long injury layoff, and he was playing some good football before it happened. 5 minutes added on, game's done, game's over, and it's a professional job. It really is. We've now just got to keep everything crossed that Topazov's injury isn't a bad one. So there you have it, my friends. We have broken the duck. We've finally won a game live on camera. It's taken long enough, hasn't it? On the news of Topazov, 4 weeks. So yeah, it is actually quite a bad injury. But we've got Sofia next. That's actually a big game. Barrow's pretty big. But then I think Sarsko, September, Sofia and Lokomotiv to see out. They're actually games I think we could maybe win without him. But the other two are going to be a bit of a struggle. Does have to be said. What I'm going to do, ladies and gents, is finish off the preliminary phase. There's only 5 games to go. So I'll finish that off and we'll come back basically for the first game of the championship phase, because that's what we're going to be in. We are flying high at the top of the table. We might couple that with the semi-final of the cup. I'm really not sure because I don't know how the fixtures are going to lie. But basically, we'll be back for the championship start of the championship phase. The league table looks a little something like this, my friends. Zhivkov top of the goal scoring chart with 15. He's absolutely flying this season. Really is. And it's great to see as well. Oh, excuse me. But yeah, 15 wins, 6 draws, 51 points on the board. We are 8 points clear of Levski Sofia, but they have a game in hand. So, they win that game in hand. They'll close the gap, won't they? But yeah, it's still a very healthy lead to have at this point. And still undefeated. Can we go the whole season? Next time when you come back, hopefully there'll be some transfers to introduce you to. So yeah, big. The checkbook is well and truly open. So we're done, my friends. Thanks for joining me for another episode of Project Black Sea. I really hope you've enjoyed today's episode. Really good one. And yeah, with a bit of luck, we'll have some new players to introduce to next time. And we'll get to the business end of the season as well. I would imagine there's only going to be a couple more episodes left this season. It depends if we make it to a cup final and stuff like that. But yeah, I anticipate maybe 2 or 3 more episodes of this season, and then we'll be into season 6, and hopefully another exciting one with some more Champions League football, because at the end of the day, if you're only just joining the series now, the whole thing is to get to a Champions League final. But my friends, I am done and dusted. Make sure you hit the subscribe button if you're new and you've enjoyed this content, and to check out the rest of the channel. It isn't just Football Manager here, it's gaming for everyone, and so there should be hopefully something here for you. My friends, drop a like on the video to support it as well. It's a great way to support the series and make sure that more people get to see it. But yeah, until next time, I'm saluting you all, wishing you all a very good day. Stay safe, stay humble, and I'll see you all next time.